All right, welcome to the Nathaneal Podcast. Today we have a good friend from X, Lina. Hey, Lina.
Hey, nice to be here. We've interacted for a bit, so it's kind of fun
Yeah,
to get this happening.
yeah, one of my fellow commenters. You like to comment a lot too.
Yeah. I mean, I like good content, man. What can I say?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. But a lot of people, we were talking about off recording, a lot of people actually don't know that one, your name is Amalina, and
Yes.
two, that you are actually a famous, well, you do say like you're a famous email marketer.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
um
The,
qu- yeah, question
no, go
like,
ahead.
how did you get into, well, one, how did you get into email marketing? Because I feel like it's like you're a real expert in that area.
Ooh, I don't even think I am. I still have a lot to learn. There's a lot of
Okay.
OGs in this space, right? How I got into email marketing was so backtrack a little bit. I've been in the marketing space since like 2016. I
Mm,
discovered it while I was in university actually as an elective, but we had like real
okay.
life clients. And then I stumbled upon like an opportunity where it was like old school, right, back then, where
Mm,
like I actually just went up to someone, they had a business, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to, do the marketing for your company, because they had no idea how to do it, and they're like, yeah. So ended up there, and then discovered email marketing within it, and then just like doubled down on it pretty much. So I tried a lot of different like different stuff, and then
mm.
yeah, I just came across email marketing. I enjoyed it, loved it, and then just doubled down on it pretty much. And then here I
Interesting.
am.
What were you taking during college, if you don't mind me asking?
I actually took journalism and public
Oh, I
relations.
see.
So I was
I
always
see.
writing because I always had an
Okay.
interest with writing. Just I didn't know like what sort of writing to do. But journalism was really nice because it gave me like a kind of like a good structure on how to write
Mm.
succinctly. Yeah.
Right. And what was your initially, like, what was
hmm
your kind of vision before you got into the email marketing space?
Ooh. It was so completely unrelated. I thought I was gonna be like a singer.
Let's go. I love it, man.
For real, like, and the thing is, like, I'm so like lucky, right? Because I don't think people, I feel like having very supportive parents makes such a huge difference in like
Yeah.
in your confidence and what you can achieve. And like my dad got me into writing because he would buy me books and like journals to write in. But he's also the same man when I was like, you know what, Dad, I want to be a singer. He was like, let's go. He's like, you can do it. You're gonna go on tour. So I really thought, like, for me, I was like, you know what, maybe I'll be like a singer because you still get to write your own songs, so I still get to write and do what I
That's very interesting. So,
yeah.
like, how it kind of don't, why did you go to journalism if you were planning to
Honest,
be a
yeah.
singer?
Honestly, I think it's because like, okay, I think you can relate to this. Being Southeast
Mm,
Asian, like
right.
education is super important, right? And it's like you
Mm,
have to go to university, you have to
yeah.
get a degree. It was just like a rite of passage, a must, right? I
Mm,
didn't want to because I didn't know what I wanted to do. You know, you're
yeah.
expected to know what you want to do. Although I wanted to be a singer, I also needed to get a degree. And so I
Yeah.
was like, okay, what do I do? I know I like writing. And then I was like, okay, why not? Let me just take PR and journalism and then figure out the whole singing thing like later on. But yeah, so that's how I ended up with PR and journalism because I was like, okay, it's a form of writing. I'll do it.
Did you have any gigs? Like, did you join any bands
Oh
during
my
that
God.
time?
No, you know what? Like, I don't even know what my plan was, how I wanted to be a singer, because I was like so shy. I think I only ever sang like, back in uni, you made like covers and you upload it on Facebook, and people would comment on it. People would like hype me up, and I was like, yeah, yeah, I can do
Yeah.
this. And there were like a couple of like school performances that I did, or like uni performances. But other than that, like, no, I didn't even go. I didn't even make the effort to like go for gigs or whatever because I was just too shy. So I don't know what previous Amalina had in mind to become like
Eh,
a to become a singer. So that was funny.
Wow, that is very interesting. From singer to journalism to email marketing. That is
Yeah.
quite
I mean, who knew? If
that's
I
quite a
was a
journey.
singer, we could have had like a cover together, right? Because I know you
Oh
play the
yeah,
guitar.
I mean, we can still do it. You know, I mean,
Oh my God.
like,
Maybe next time. Maybe next time. I need like a couple of tequila shots for this.
yeah, we should do that. We should definitely. Well, I mean, it's Friday night. Like it's
Ooh,
Friday today. You know, it's we
that's
could
true. That's true.
after this podcast we.
Yeah.
But
Who knows?
yeah, so you went to college and you were like you mentioned you were trying a bunch of stuff. So how did you finally like commit, or how did you like commit to email marketing at that point?
Okay. I think like after trying out a few different things, I don't know. I think I just realized there was something about emails that I just really enjoyed, from like just writing the copy to the design, implementing it and then seeing my results like right away, whether people like it, whether people don't like it, and then just being able to like pivot from there or change strategies and stuff like that. I think it was just that I really enjoyed, to be honest. So there,
Right.
like, and then I was just like, you know what, I really like this. I'm kind of good at it, so let me just see where it can take me. But
And
that being said, like, sorry, go ahead.
no, I mean like that's when you decided to go full time.
Yeah, so I was doing it full time with like within a company, but then it was like a whole different ball game when I decided to, go all in as a freelancer. But I didn't do like the whole like people on X saying like, you know, make the leap, leave your day job, pursue your dreams, da da da. I was like, you know what? I need to be realistic about this, you know? So I did it while I was working my 9 to 5. And when
Okay.
my freelance business started making like more than my 9 to 5, that's when I was like,
Right.
you know what? I think it's time to leave. But I never burnt any bridges. I still talk to everyone, and like, yeah, it's good. I wanted to do it a safe and sustainable way.
Your 9 to 5 was
Was like in an agency as well. So it wasn't like I
oh, so
was
it was
like
still
doing, it
email
was still in
marketing.
marketing. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to point that out, like what you mentioned, because they kind of hit a chord with me, because that's kind of what I did. Like I kind of took the leap. To be fair, though, in a way, I kind of had no choice ish. So like during my when I was going on X, I was getting like pay. I had a night shift job, a customer
Hmm.
service job, and it got to a certain point where I was only getting paid 200 per month, because your salary $200 per month, because your salary is based on how many tickets you close. So it's like
Um,
how many replies you send out, and because there were so many customer reps, like representatives, it was like we were competing with each other on how
yeah.
many. Yeah, so it became like very toxic, because and instead of being a team, we became like competitors, where I need to close more than this person so that have um I could have more income. And it wasn't
Yeah. And
like,
it's not sustainable as well, isn't it?
yeah, and it wasn't like sales where you do outreach and you could get more. It's more like they come to you, and it depends on who gets it first. So it's not really healthy
Oh,
competition, you know. It's like
yeah, yeah.
we yeah, it was really bad. But
Damn.
yeah, that's what happened. I took the leap. I kind of did burn bridges, but I think that what you mentioned was important. I think like a lot of people, a lot of people talk about, because I've had like people come up to me because of my story, and they told me like, "Oh, I have a 9 to 5. I want to quit it, and then I want to become like you." And I'm like, "Bro, like
Yeah.
chill, bro,
It's Yeah,
chill."
exactly. No, I think that's why I get like kind of, when I first got an ex, I was like, what the hell did I just step into? Because everyone is like such a 9 to 5 hater. I have, for me, right? I have no hate towards 9 to 5. If that's
Yeah,
what you want to do, if that's like what you like. I think
yeah,
people just kind of like put everything in a box, but everything's so
yeah,
nuanced and it's so like subjective. If you like your 9 to 5, do it. If you don't like your 9 to 5, but you want to pursue something, and you want to, take it like slowly, do that. If you want to jump ship and do it, like, bro, just do
Yeah.
whatever what works for you, like, but I just think leaving your 9 to 5 and putting yourself in so much pressure, and when you're in pressure mode, right, and you operate from a place of like desperation, people can
Mm.
sense that, and it just becomes,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's a woo woo thing for me, but it just becomes harder to close a client when people can sense that desperation, that like you need them for your like
Yeah.
livelihood type of thing. That's just my 2 cents.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with you. The neediness, it can smell it, and people don't want who's needy.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Well, have you like had experience with people being needy towards you, or you being needy to people, or
I think I would say for me, I'm very, very grateful that I never had to kind of like be in that position, because I know if anything happens, like I have a very supportive family. So like there was never a situation where I felt like, oh shit, like, something's gonna happen. Of course, there's situations where like for me it's just I want to prove something to myself. I was like, but I always try to condition my mind to be like, okay, you don't need this client. You're gonna be okay with or
yeah?
without them. Like, they're not like your end all be all type of thing. And for me, that's worked out well, right?
Hmm.
And in terms of people being needy to me, I don't know. Like, it's just more of like, I think it's just like crappy pitches. That's all. Where, yeah, you can sense the neediness. It's like,
Yeah.
I will work for you for free, please, 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 or like, you don't have to pay me a single penny. And it's like,
Yeah.
has that ever, you know what? I don't, you know what I think about when I see this kind of like messages? I'm like, has
Pitches
that
too.
ever worked? Has that ever worked? Like, I just don't know. Like, if it has, then fair play. But yeah, I'm
Okay,
sure
to
you've got
anyone,
loads of them as well, right?
yeah, and to anyone who's watching this that has sent it, like we actually genuinely want to know if that worked. Like
Yeah,
comment
let me
below.
know. Yeah, and like tell me if it's actually worked, because maybe I'll try it too. Maybe I'll give it a rip.
Oh, dude, this is hilarious. You're hilarious. But yeah, I get a lot of those pitches, and it just, I don't know. What was I gonna say? It's something like it shows that you're not a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. Because it's like I'm like thinking we would, okay, like mm, who's someone like that's super big that we both know? That's like an OG.
I
Okay,
don't know.
Gary Vaynerchuk,
Okay,
whatever. Imagine
Gary
him
V.
in your DMs like, Nathaniel, let me ghostwrite for you for free. Please, 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 please. Like, I'll be like, okay.
Mm.
um, you know what
Mm.
I mean? So it's just
Yeah.
like I sometimes would think like, what would this person do? Obviously, I'm not them, but like,
Mm.
oh, I should have said Danco, because y'all on Twitter love Danco. Danco this,
Yeah.
Danco that. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Danco stands don't come for me. I have no issue for him, but I'm just saying,
If
y'all on
Dan Cohen.
Twitter eat
Yeah.
him up. Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all love them.
I think people, yeah, just going back to like the DMs, I think you should just have a nine. Dude, I told that guy, it's like, bro, just stick to your 9 to 5, right? And make the Twitter work. Oh, and yeah, this is what I remember. Like most of the time, those people who are in need, the problem, and I think this is, I want to see your perspective on this. When people act needy, it seems like they're gonna scam you. I don't know. Like I just get the sense that they're in it for the
Mm,
money. You know what I mean? Like they're not really gonna do a good job. It's like
yeah,
they just want your testimonial. If you know what I mean, it's like
yeah.
when they are trying, they're so desperate. It's like it's hard to trust them. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why that is. I don't know what's the psychological reason behind it, but I
Mm.
agree, because I'm just like, can you actually like deliver, or like is your
Yeah.
quality of work even good if this is how you pitch, right? And like
Yeah.
how many other people are you pitching this way? And like part of that is also, I don't know about you, but it's also a pricing thing. Like if they charge
Mm.
me like so cheap, right? I'm just like, is it
Mm.
actually good? I don't know
Yeah,
why.
actually. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, maybe that's it. It's like maybe it's like because of the value.
Yeah.
and then it's like it's free. It's like you feel like it might actually do more harm than help,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Like
Yeah.
I would rather work with someone, and I'm sure for you as well, through
Mm,
referral where someone else has already worked with them. Because then I don't have to worry about, okay, is this person gonna do a good job? Are they gonna
yeah.
like perform and all these things? So for me, I'm a huge fan of working with people through referral.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So, again, anyone who's watching, comment it how those DMs are working for you. We actually genuinely want to know. But
Yeah.
moving on, so when you started like freelancing, how did that? How was the steps? What steps did you take? Just so that people could also know, get an idea how if they're also email marketers.
Okay, let me think, because I have to go like a bit like way behind. Okay, I just did it like in tandem with like my day job. So like I would my first thing was getting a first client, right? That was
Mm,
my main priority. That's what I wanted to do, and that's what I was just focused on. So a lot of people, and this actually it's a good question because a lot of people ask me who want to do the same. They're like, I don't know what to do. Should I, work on my personal brand and then like clients will
mm.
come to me? And I get so passionate about this because I'm like, if you've not landed a client, you have no business. No business. worrying,
Triggered.
worrying. Yeah, no, literally, you have no business worrying about like your personal brand. You know what I mean? Like your focus
Yeah.
should be getting your first client. So like for me, I
Mm.
always tell people like 80 to 90% of your energy should be just channeled into doing outreach to land your
Outreach,
first
yeah.
client, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I did. Like every day I just like sent out cold emails. At that time, when you're just starting out, you don't have a lot of capital to be investing in all the cold email systems and all these things. So I
Yeah.
did it manually. I'll just go
Mm.
find businesses, put them down in my like prospect sheet, reach out to them, send them an email, and then that's how I went about it. So like in simple terms, what I did as a freelancer when I was first starting out, I focused on getting a client, right? Obviously, to do that, you need to do outreach. So I focused on outreach, got my first client after I sent 200 emails, closed the client, over delivered, got testimonial, did a case
Yeah.
study,
And then
rinse and repeat,
yeah.
rinse and repeat. That's it.
No, yeah, I definitely get you. I guess what I would say, at least for me in my experience, is like I actually did the whole personal brand thing, and the reason why I did that was because I actually wasn't on X to make like I wasn't thinking I'm gonna go on
Exactly.
X to make money. So what I did was I wrote on X just for fun, and my account grew, and I'm like, whoa, like I can grow accounts. That's
Hmm.
when I saw that I can grow accounts. That's when okay, maybe I could ask people if they
If they
want
want
me
the
to
same.
grow their accounts, and then I used myself as a case study. So yeah, that's what I did.
See that I want to touch on that real quick because that's a completely different thing from someone like who wants to be like an email marketer or a I don't know what else, email copywriter or like website developer, whatever, right?
Mm,
Who wants to come on X to build a personal brand in hopes that they get inbound so they don't
mm,
have to do outbound. So I feel like
mm,
that's a very important like distinction to make because for you came in without the mentality of like I'm gonna go in just so and create content so I can so I can get clients, right?
mm,
Because the thing with personal brand, which I feel like a lot of people miss out on, is they don't see it as like a long-term thing. Like I'm
mm,
not saying don't build a personal brand. I'm saying build a personal brand in tandem with actually putting in effort to do outreach. So this way you're
mm,
kind of like firing at both cylinders, right? Because
yeah,
yeah, of course, eventually you're gonna get inbounds, but it's not gonna happen right away. And if you're just starting out and you need a client right away, then your focus should be on like outreach. But like for you, I think it's a very cool thing what you mentioned. Like you just went on there, you wanted to build, create content either way, regardless
yeah,
of what happens, right? And then obviously what happened, and now you use yourself. Important thing, right? You have yourself as a case study
a case
because you
study.
can do
Yeah,
what you can do. Yeah.
yeah. That's what I would say. Like beginners do as well. Like I tell them, just get a job and then write and then grow your account, and that's when
Yeah.
you because like a lot of people like there was this kid who went up to me, like asked me to go on a call, and he was creating an offer document of to work for free. I was like, bro, wait, what? You're creating this whole offer document to send to people so that you could work for free. And then I looked at his account, and his account had 200 followers, like, 100 impressions per post. I'm like, why don't you use the time that you will spend working for free just growing your account,
Yeah.
and then like once you've grown your account, tell them I got the results and
Yep.
now I can do it for you.
Yeah, I can apply the same thing for your account to grow it. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I don't understand. Like this is what baffles me. And you know what? I've seen it before. I get like people DMing me as well, like saying like, "Hey Lina, I love your content. I can help you grow your account." And then I go on their account,
And
they
you
have
look
like one
into
follower. Bro, like I don't know what to say sometimes, you know. I feel so bad, but then at the same time it's like, you know what? A for confidence. Like
Yeah.
you had the confidence to message me that, so much respect. But
Yeah.
one follower, what you gonna do? Like, bro, like okay.
Yeah. I think what you were saying about like website building and email marketing, the difference is like you actually promise in a way income. So it's, I
Yeah.
think your follower count really doesn't matter as long as you have results that, hey, I made money, like I
Yeah.
know how to make emails that make money, right?
Yeah.
For me though, because although I also dabble, I also like uh dip my toe into income a little bit when it comes to email. I am primarily a ghostwriter who just grows
Mm,
accounts. So what's important for me is like traffic and follower, in my
mm.
opinion. Yeah.
That's interesting. And like, just a quick question, right? So, as a ghostwriter, how do
Mm.
you kind of convince people of how they can see the ROI? Because
Right.
technically, with what you do, you grow accounts. How do you
Yeah.
kind of like, and this is just for my out of like
Yeah.
curiosity for myself. So, how do you kind of like convince clients like to invest in your service? If like, is there any ROI involved or?
Mm. Right. So, yeah, good question. So, for me, the thing is, I don't just grow social media, I also do educational email courses. So, like an email
Ah, okay,
sequence.
okay. That's
So,
cool.
I actually, so that's my main offer is the email sequence. And that's when I kind of can give you an ROI because I give you like, these are the clicks that I get, these are the open rates, like, so the ROI is like the open rates and leading to your newsletter. So it's like
Yeah, so you create
an
the content for them on X and
yeah,
then you funnel them into the newsletter and you take care of that as well. That's
email
cool.
email sequence, and so basically, yeah, I kind of do everything in terms of social media, Twitter, email, the lead magnet, which is the email sequence, and then the newsletter if you still want. So yeah, I actually also do kind of email marketing ish
Oh,
because
nice.
yeah, so as I mentioned, like I dabble my toe a little bit into the email marketing. I have made results for myself, so that's what I also use. Like I've sold. I tried to do a workshop just purely through my email, and I got like 16 purchases. So it was
Nice.
kind of good. I used that as a case study as well. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
basically what I do is I make myself a case study and then I present it to people and they like it.
I love it. Yeah, because I mean, like that's a good leverage because you're like you're not saying anything. You're like, hey, I did this. This worked for
Yeah.
me. I can do the same for your account, and I think that's great. I think people should use themselves as a case study more often. I think that's really cool, man.
Yeah, thanks. But going back to you, so you had your first client, you kept on going. How did I don't know if you're comfortable talking about this, but how was your pricing? How did you like do that?
So I just priced it between the 2K to 5K range, depending on
Okay,
like what the client needed.
and this
So
per
I
month.
just come per month. Yep. I don't
Okay.
like to work on like a just my preference. Obviously, in the beginning, I had to take a lot of like hourly rates or like project
Yeah.
basis, and then I just switched to retainer because that's what I prefer, and it just saves me the
Hmm.
headache. But yeah, in the beginning, it's just like everyone. I was just like everyone else. Like the first client I
Hmm.
got for it was like $500. it was not much, but it was something for me because it was just like it proves to me that I can do it myself. And then it was just like it kind of snowballed from there. And
Yeah.
then as you get better, you can charge more. I just want to touch
Mm.
on this real quick as well because I think a lot of people they come out the gate hot and they just like charge like a lot, because they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna do it for like 2K to how many,
Yeah.
whatever thousands. And I'm just like, it's fine. I'm not saying you can't, but like you just need to be able to prove or like have backup that you can have
Mm.
like a case study or something to back up that what you can do. So like in the beginning, like for me, even though like I had like a marketing background and experience, like still as a freelancer, I didn't have a case study of my own. So like I needed to
Mm.
find clients. So yeah, in the beginning, it was not that much. Like it started from like $500 to be honest.
And then go up from there.
Yeah, and then it just went up from there. Like
Yeah.
one thing I regret that I wish I had done was just recorded my journey more or like,
Mm.
note down all these things because now like it was just such a
You
blur in
forgot
those
it.
early
Yeah.
days. Yeah, I forgot it. Some things I wish I note down or like people on X, how they record their journey or like they
Yeah.
share their journey. I wish I had done that in the beginning. It's like it was all
Damn.
such a blur. Like your focus is just like getting clients, delivering, and I was
Right.
doing everything by myself. So like
Yeah.
it was overwhelming.
No, yeah, I definitely get you. At least for me, like I'm grateful that I am kind of building my personal brand along with the business, like the
Mm,
freelancing. So it's like my selling point is also my story in a way. So I
I
can
love
kind
that.
of, yeah. But now, like you are building in public. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm still getting
Anyways,
used to it.
yeah. So now that you are like an email marketing, like you were doing freelancing, what was your so can you tell me the story between doing the freelance and on X, like going on
Mhm.
X? What was that in between?
Like my journey, like before I went on X, or what was it? Or like how it is now? Like,
Oh yeah, I so because I tried to research about you, but I couldn't seem to see like how did you go from email marketing? Did you join any agencies or did you create an agency or like what were the steps towards building X? How did your freelancing journey lead to you going to X? Does that make
oh,
sense?
okay. So yeah. Yeah, it makes total sense. I think for me, it's like, okay, so to answer your question first, yeah, I did have experience working with agencies and stuff like that. So like the
Mm,
transition wasn't so much about like how do I deliver for clients, but the transition was more of like, can I make it by myself as a freelancer? Can I retain these
mm,
clients without the resources that agencies have as a solopreneur, right? So
yeah,
that was the main challenge for me. And also just like delivering a lot of things, getting up systems and processes in place that agencies have. So that was that. And then in terms of like building on X, it was never like in my to-do list, not to-do list, but it was never in my like peripheral vision. I can never like thought like, okay, I'm gonna build on X because I've always been a very private person. Like my Instagram is like private. I don't talk about my what I do. I don't talk about anything.
yeah,
It's all more to do with my personal life. And I don't share like my Instagram with anyone, right? So I keep
yeah,
that like private. And then I have LinkedIn. And I
yeah.
only had like LinkedIn, I think like last year or a year and a half ago. Like
Wow.
because one of my mentors was like, yeah, I think you should create LinkedIn. I think it'll be good for you. So then I created LinkedIn. And then everyone was just talking about like personal brands and this and that. So I was like, yeah, let me just give it a go. So I created Twitter, like, I can't remember, like a while back. And I was just
Yeah.
on and off
Yeah, it was
there.
like 2 months ago or something. Dude, I saw you. You commented on my account. You had like 12 followers at that time. The next time I tapped on your account, you have 1,000. The next time I tapped your what is happening
Yeah.
here?
So I followed you like ages ago,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
because at that time when I had like 12 followers, I was in and out of Twitter. I wasn't even like doing anything consistently. I was like, yeah, I feel like tweeting, tweet. There was no strategy, no plan, whatever. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just give this a go and see what
Yeah,
happens if I became consistent. Because I had like an advantage of like being able to write, right? Having
yeah.
a copywriting background. So I was like, let me just try. what's the worst that can happen? But it was so difficult because I didn't like sharing anything about myself. And the
Uh-huh.
key part about being on X and building personal brand is sharing stuff about yourself. I'm still
Mm.
getting used to it, right?
Mm.
And so yeah, so then I was like, yeah, let me just go on X, share what I know and what worked for me, and then see how people like it. And then yeah, after being on X, and then like people liked my content, people wanted to know more about what I do. And then yeah, I think I don't know if you saw, but then I was like I did a giveaway like when I first hit like 1,000 followers or something, like a free
Yeah,
giveaway
yeah.
call.
I reposted that for you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I jumped on like a bunch of calls and I was like, oh, people are struggling with the same thing. I saw a pattern
Email.
and I was like,
Yeah.
let me do a like a mentorship kind of thing. And then I did it and I was like, shit, I actually really like this. And then
Mm.
that's why I pivoted
Mm.
my ex to talk more about like that side of things, right?
Right.
So
Mm.
yeah, and then that happened. And then yeah, I like it and I just decided to double down on it pretty much. But
Dope, dope. I just want.
I don't know what I like. I just want to say because every
Yeah.
time I get like people asking me like, how do you do this? I'm like, I'm not a like growth expert. I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm doing. Like I'm just doing like what I think works. So
Yeah. I just wanted to ask though, like, you said that you keep your Instagram secret. I bet that there are singing videos in there. Huh. That's why you keep it secret.
yeah, man, 100%. They're like sing singing videos, like random videos, like stuff stuff that I don't want people on X to see, basically. So,
Right. Okay.
I just because even when people try to find me, like they're like when my friends try to tag me, they're like,
Yeah.
I keep forgetting your name on X, and I just make it some weird name so no one can find me. I just don't want
I love it.
anyone finding me.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about to you as well. Before the podcast, I was like, I needed to like scour literally. I went to the deep web, bro. Like I went to the dark web. I went to the dark web just to like find your account. No, just kidding. But yeah, it is quite difficult to like look for more data because it seems that you like to keep everything private.
Yeah, I don't really like to talk about my personal life or anything that is not related to like email marketing or anything related to like my other stuff that I'm working on. I don't really like to talk about it. I'm even trying to
Yeah.
struggle to like talk more about my personal life on X. I'm just like, what can I share without sharing too much? I don't know, like
Okay.
it's so difficult.
Yeah. Well, you're
Yeah.
here in the podcast now, so all the secrets will be revealed.
Yeah.
Now we know that you sing. So like everyone who will watch this video will pressure you to
I
post
should
a
do it.
singing
I'm gonna do a workshop. Watch me. I'm gonna be like
a
singing
singing
workshop with
workshop.
Lina. Yeah. I'll charge like $100 per ticket. And you know what's the freebie? Singing coaching lessons with me. How about that?
Yeah, and then a bonus, like just a little bit bonus of a email
Yes.
template, just to, like a little bonus, a little bonus.
I love that.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
have you thought of like, I don't know, have you thought of putting a singing video in your? Oh, that's your new giveaway.
no, no. I almost cursed. No way. I think, wait, actually, no. Did I? I think one time I was drunk and I posted something on X of me karaokeing. Oh my God. I don't know. I have to look for it because I don't remember it until the next day. Someone was commenting on it and I was like, did I just post
What?
this when I was drunk karaokeing? Come on, I'm sure you've been drunk karaokeing before. Like, I feel like people in Southeast Asia, that's our jam. We'll go
Yeah,
for
I mean, yes,
karaoke
of
and we'll get
course.
drunk.
I, I could be, dude. Even if I'm not drunk, I'm karaokeing. Like I'm still sing.
That's true.
I still
I
sing.
think I've seen you on my timeline with your guitar at least a few times.
Yeah, I've done that. Dude, you know what's funny is that I say this over and over again, but I close a client because of that. Because,
What, you sang for him?
no,
Is
no,
that
no.
what was
Because
your offer?
no. It's I posted a video of me singing, and like he messaged me and was like, I didn't know that you sing. I sing too. Like what's your offer? And then we hopped on a call, and then we just like we talked about what the things he likes to do, and he says that he wants to sing in the future, blah blah blah. can you help me grow on X? That's it. So I was like, cool, dope, okay, let's do it.
Okay, cool. So three of us can start a band. That's it.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. I mean, that's
And
what it's all about.
The X account for our band page.
you email market, and he basically finances us. That's his job.
It.
He finances us.
I think that's it. I think people who watch this podcast should watch out for us in the future. We're gonna get our Grammy soon, so watch out.
Yeah, so watch out for that. Lina Nathaniel. Whoa, Lina Nathaniel band.
Done.
Boom.
I love that. People are gonna think we're dating or something because people combine their names, but it's okay. Let them think that, because that's part of the mystery as well. Like, are they not?
Yeah.
Who knows?
All right. I'm having too much fun here. But anyways, so now that you're on X and you're building and you're helping, I'm curious, like, what is it that you envision your X journey will look like in the next, I don't know, few months, a year?
Ooh, that's a
now?
good question.
Anything that you would envision?
I think my main priority would be like growing a space on X where like people can just like, I don't know. Oh, wait, this is a tough one. My main vision with X is mainly to just give people insights on what's worked for me, and hopefully, will work for them. Or just come to a place where like it's cool, it's like easy. We can just chat, we can have a fun time. It's nice vibes. But like ultimately for me, like, I'm not gonna say I'm not in it for like the money. Obviously, everyone wants to monetize their X account. So I think for me, it's primarily just like using that as a platform to also get people to know more about my community, which I'm gonna like officially launch soon. And like that community is gonna be more of like the vision that I have for like helping people get to like get to where I'm at, right? And helping them get there faster. And this is primarily for email marketers and email copywriters. So that's kind of the vision I have, actually.
Gotcha. And I think it's a great place. For some reason, X is infested with X is infested with email people.
Yeah, which I like, because actually I like connecting with other email marketers and exchanging insights. And I met like a bunch of cool people in X. So like for me, X is just, man, I wish I started sooner. That's all I can say. Because the amount of people that you meet in the space, like we met here as well, right?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for X, like I don't know if we would have met. So
if Nathaneal would have been created,
exactly.
it would have been a waste.
If we would have gone on tour, because now
right.
That's all sorted. So like for me, it's just like I think my vision is just meeting more people, connecting with more people. It doesn't always have to be
growing our band.
And growing our band, exactly.
Yes.
And getting people to buy our album.
Yeah, and expanding and like taking over social media with music and emails.
Exactly.
So, all right.
Wait,
so,
I want to know. I want to know about you. Like, what is your vision with your X account? Because it can't just be me answering these questions. Come on, man.
Okay. I mean,
what about you?
I did put it out there that I do. So, like, it's more like a. Okay, just to go back on why I even started my X. All right, my story was that I started writing just because I read this book by Nicholas Cole, The Art and Business of Online Writing. And he talked about like he just wrote online consistently and then he blew up. All my idea when I was writing online was just I wanted to put my thoughts out there. Not a lot of people know this, but I actually started on Quora. So I started answering. So January 2024 up until mid-February, I was just writing on Quora, answering questions. So I would go to university, I would work my night shift, and before I would go to bed, I would stay up a little bit longer. I would stay up until 5 a.m. just so I could like answer a question on Quora. And I did that like over and over and over again. And then there was one time when I posted the questions, like my answers, on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Medium. And I just blew up on Twitter. And my content at that time was just like kind of like the lessons that I learned as a man. Because like so my story is my story is that my father, I never met my father. My father left before I was born, and my mother was like kind of ashamed of an accident child, and I had like a lot of problems growing up as a kid because I didn't really have a parental figure. I had to
Mm-hmm.
like stand up for myself and like figure out life by myself. So, I write about, like, my most viral post on Quora was advice on dating. Like, it's like, how do you find the perfect woman? And my answer was like, you don't find the perfect woman. You make yourself the perfect man for the woman, for the woman for you, something like that. So it's like,
Mm.
really, that's the reason why. It's more like just guidance for young people who feel like they're lost and they don't know what to do with their lives. That was the vision of my brand, which I couldn't really monetize at that point, because I don't want to like act like a guru if I have nothing to really teach you. So I had to like prove myself first through writing, like that I could be an entrepreneur, and that's when I can like build myself up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So it's like
I
I
like
didn't
that.
want to like coach people. So basically that's my vision, I guess, like to coach people, to help people find purpose, all that. um, but I didn't want to do that if I couldn't find a way to make money online, to be an entrepreneur. So yeah.
Mm. I
Yeah.
like that. I think I just want to say a little bit as well. I really like that because for me, like I growing up, I always kind of thought it was normal that everyone has such a close-knit relationship with their family. So in my
Mm,
head, I had this bubble that everyone had the same love and support and place to
mm,
run to when things get hard with their family. And for me, I think when you don't have that, finding another community where you can find support and comfort is so, so,
yeah.
so important as a human being. And I love that you're doing that because for me, like I can't imagine not having that love and support from my parents, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's really
Um,
good what you're doing. It's amazing.
yeah, yeah. Thanks. I don't know if you can hear like the reindeers are coming. Can you hear the
Yeah,
bells?
I can. What? I was like, is it Christmas yet? Am I getting it? Am I getting a
Nah,
gift?
we're in an apartment, and whenever like people collect trash bags, when they collect it,
Ah,
they call it Santa Claus. So instead of a bag full of gifts, they carry bag full of trash.
oh, okay, love it with the little bells.
Yeah. For just they got into the right time because this actually also happened with Dan West. Are you familiar with Dan West
I'm scared.
from
What if I
X?
say no and then I get canceled or something?
Okay. Just
No, you know
okay.
why?
You
Because wait, can I just tell you a funny story? Because this
okay?
happened with Arnie, like Arnie Ho.
Yeah.
Shout out. Like he made so much fun of me because like I think oh no, it wasn't I can't remember who it was with, but I know I told Arnie this and he made fun of me and he found it so funny because someone
Yeah.
asked me, I was still new on Twitter. I didn't know anyone. At that point I didn't even know who Dan Cole was because I didn't start on Twitter because of Dan Cole. And
Uh-huh.
someone was like, do you know Dakota Robertson? And I was like, oh, like from 50 Shades of Grey? And
Oh God! Oh my
I got
God!
I got confused because that was Dakota Johnson. Because I don't like, I was so embarrassing. So after that, I quickly Googled Dakota Johnson, and it was so funny because like when I Googled him, it was just then I found out who he was, and I was like, oh, okay, so not the 50 Shades of Grey woman. That was so embarrassing.
That is so
It's the
funny,
same. It's the
bro.
same name. Like I'm so new. Like imagine me. I'm just like, oh, just new to Twitter. I don't know who these people are, right?
Dude, so I'm friends with Dakota. I'm going to crop this, like, get this clip and send this to him. That is just, it's so hilarious. He would like laugh. He would find this funny. Because
But
really,
it's true,
that
right?
is
It
so funny.
sounds so similar.
That is so funny. But yeah, Dakota John. I never even thought of that. It's just so funny, dude. This is the most entertaining podcast. I feel like, dude, you should start your own podcast because you'll crush it. You will crush it.
I don't know. Like I wouldn't even know like what to talk. But I will keep that in mind. Maybe I
Yeah,
will. Probably
because
just
you
a
are.
podcast to like talk shit.
Yeah, you're just a hilarious. You're just like entertaining person. But I think you should start it because like what's great is that you get people, you talk to people, and you get content. So it's great.
That's true. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
you'll be my first guest, and then we can announce our like tour
our
happening.
tour, where we're
Yeah,
going to go first.
exactly.
Yeah, but anyways, speaking about Arnie will actually hop on my podcast next week as well. So that will be fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I really like him. He's a funny guy. Nice vibe.
yeah. Well, like you are. This is so
Yeah, but tell
hilarious.
him I'm funnier. I think yeah, I'm definitely
You're
funnier.
funnier. Okay. Like after our podcast, I'm just gonna be like, okay, it's a sorry, Arnie. I'm sorry. It's just,
Like yeah, as
I
soon as
had
you
a
start like Arnie, I just want to say Lina was the funniest. You know, like when Kanye went on the stage, like Lina was the funniest guest of all time, of all
of
time.
all time. So
Yeah, and
you
then you
gotta
can start
put
your
your game
podcast.
up. Yeah, you gotta put your game up, Arnie.
Yeah,
Lena was just so good.
he's gonna come with his dad jokes. Watch.
Dope.
Nah.
But anyways, going back, Dan West is also like an email marketer, and the exact same thing happened. Um, the bells rang. So yeah, just a
I'm gonna,
little
you know what? I'm so curious. Let me just
Dan West.
find Dan West. Like, Dan, I can't find him. I
So
don't
he's
like the
Dan
new search bar
Westworld.
on, okay. Because I don't like the new search bar on Twitter. Like, it doesn't let me find people easily.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I came across him before. I really like his content, actually.
Yeah, he's cool.
Gonna
He's cool. We had a
follow
podcast. I
him.
haven't published it yet, but we had a podcast. It was also fun. Very insightful guy.
Cool. I just
Yeah,
followed him. Nice.
dope.
Okay.
All right. So going back, where were we? Dude, I don't I even forgot what we were talking about at this point. Um, right, plans for X. My plans for X. Now, um, I wanted to ask. So what do you think the like if the challenges are for you
Mm-hmm.
moving forward with the email journey or your X journey? Like, what do you anticipate?
Ooh. I think for me, like, because right now that's what I'm struggling with. It's like kind of finding the balance between my done for you stuff and my done with you stuff. So balancing like
Right.
my ecom clients and balancing like, my clients within the
Mm,
community or the mentorship.
yeah.
So like just being able that I'm able to, deliver quality work at all times without spreading myself too thin. So I'm kind of
Mm,
finding like a new system that like works for me so that like because it's not like it's anything like too hard or whatever. It's just that, you know, I think I just want to give people the best like quality
yeah.
service both on both ends and also have time to do like cool shit and do whatever I want. So it's just a matter of like readjusting priorities because that's how I operate. I'm like, and actually how I operate is like, am I is this gonna bring me ROI? Like whatever I do, I kind of just like
Mm,
think like, okay, what's the most like needle moving task that I need to do? So that's
yeah.
why like when I first started on X and people ask me like if I do 100 comments a day, I'm like, fuck that shit. Like I don't wait, am I allowed to curse?
You
Am I
go
allowed?
ahead, dude.
Yeah,
We curse here. We say whatever. Fuck shit.
okay, great. I was just like, nah, fuck that shit. Do you think I have time to fucking comment like 1,000 comments a day when I actually have clients that I need to serve? Like I
Yeah.
don't, yeah. So for me, it's like honestly, I comment on stuff that I really like. So like whatever, like
Mm,
I comment, like I just like to interact with accounts that I like. So
mm,
but I don't do the 100 comments a day. So I think yeah, it's just a matter of like prioritizing. But yeah, I think I foresee that the struggle the main struggle would be finding that balance and, not spreading myself too thin.
No, yeah, I definitely get you, because I'm not coaching ghostwriting clients, but I offer a done with you
Mm-hmm.
type of thing, where, because the thing is, with me, I teach the exact same system I use for my clients. Does that make sense?
Does that work? I'm so curious. Like, like the systems that you like writing systems, right? I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Writing
And
systems,
they,
and also, so I'm also kind of like lead gen, because I also try to
ah,
so I also kind of make lists for them where, okay, these are the potential customers that you have.
love that. Okay.
Yeah. So I basically do like kind of like all marketing. I don't really know how to label what I do, but it's kind of like lead gen. Essentially, it's lead gen.
I like it because I feel like it's a very holistic thing where it's not just like I write content, that's it, but it's like
Yeah.
I figure out your ICP, I write content for them, and
Yeah.
then I
Oh
channel them
yeah.
to like your newsletter, and then I grow
Mm.
your newsletter. So you're taking care of the front end and the back end. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's actually what I do. I also do research for their, like, what content works on their niche. Like, what is the bit,
Mm,
who are their competitors? Like, what I really go in depth on their brand and making them like really the expert of their niche. Really, that's
I
because
love
that's
it.
what I try to do for myself.
Mm, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So, anyways, what was I saying? um, I also do that, like the do for you and do with you. I actually have
Hmm.
some coaching clients, and my coaching clients, literally what I do is just teach them how my system works, and they do it themselves. The difference between do for you and do with you is just that I do it. And then the other one is
Mm,
I give you my systems, and then
and
we
you
check
just do it.
up. Yeah, you do it, and then we like hop on calls. You update me what's happening. Okay, how do we improve this? I give you ideas, and then we hop, like, you do it again. So yeah. But what I did find is, and I want to see your perspective on this. It's like, do you think that actually teaching other people kind of also improves your skill on the do for you? Because that kind of
Oh yeah.
happens to me. Yeah, right?
I feel like yeah, it's like an interchange because like so basically for me, whatever I learned with like when it comes to my done for you stuff, like or stuff that I've applied for my clients or strategy, I'll teach them to like, people in my done with you stuff.
Yeah.
And then like it and then whatever that like I don't know, and then I just refresh whatever I've learned. So I feel like it's a
Yeah.
win-win situation for me and for them. Because whatever
Yeah.
new things I learn, I teach them and then they can apply it
Yeah.
for their clients and then like vice versa. And like I just keep when you keep talking about the thing, like it just like refreshes like your memory
Yeah.
or like you just get better at something. So like for me it's a win-win because I love emails, I love doing them for my clients and I love teaching it. So like it's a
No,
it's a
yeah. I
nice
love
kind
that.
of like place to be in.
Yeah. I also think like people, that's why I also, one of the writing systems that I tell my students is like, you write for your ICP, so like the people who you want to attract, but you also write for the people two steps behind you, because it also shows your expertise. Like when you can
Mm.
talk about email marketing, and even if your ICP sees that, it's like, oh, he actually knows his stuff. He's not just
Yeah.
talking out his butt. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think
Anyways,
talking about like what you've tried and what's worked for you is also pretty
yeah,
cool. So it's like
yeah,
I think I saw someone tweet it instead of saying like I can't remember where I saw it. They were saying something like instead of saying how you can say how I. And I was like
yeah,
that's I mean something so small but it's so true because it's like you're sharing what's worked
yeah,
for you. You're not teaching people how to do something. You're just sharing what's
yeah.
worked for you. So yeah, I agree in that. I think it's
I, I
it's really
did
cool.
post that. I I don't know if that's for me, but a lot of people have said that. Where it's like, instead of saying how to, say how I, because if it's how
Yeah.
to, like, anyone can Google that shit. Like anyone can
Yeah, yeah,
read
yeah.
a self help book.
I think saying how I puts your own personal kind of like twist to it and just seems
Yeah.
more personal. Because as if it's how to, bro, I can fucking chat GPT that. I want to learn. Like if I was like someone who wants to know how to grow on Twitter, like I would want to read how you grew your Twitter or
Yeah,
what worked for you, and then try to apply that to myself. So yeah.
for sure. It also this is my risk aversion part. It's like when you say how I, it also shows that okay, this is how I did it and it worked for
Yeah,
me. If it didn't work
yeah.
for you, you
Then
can't
don't
blame
come
me.
back. Yeah,
Yeah, because when you say how to, if
yeah,
it doesn't work, you're a guru, you're a fake
yeah,
guru, right? But if
yeah.
you say how
So if you say
I
how,
can
yeah,
see, yeah,
and if it doesn't work, then unfollow me because I said this is what worked for me.
yeah,
So like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's so true. It takes away the whole yeah, it is like takes away the whole risk as well because it's like I'm not saying like what you should do. I'm saying what I did. So I
Exactly.
agree.
Exactly. So people use how Lina Nathaniel approved method of creating content.
I love that. I'm gonna use that. Do people still use hashtags? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna maybe make that a hashtag. We'll see.
All right. We should make a new Twitter account called Lina Nathaniel, and well, this is like is this like a shiny object syndrome? We're just like having a lot of shiny objects popping out in this
Right? We have our
podcast.
world tour. We have our like band. We have so many things going on.
Yeah. All right. So I like to ask this question
Hmm.
to my guests. This kind of
Okay.
like my final question. If you would have asked, so if you were in my position and you asked
Yeah.
yourself a question, what would you have asked and how would you answer it?
What in the mind game? Wait, hold on.
So it's
If
like
I
if you could ask yourself
sure.
one question that I didn't ask, what would it have been and how would you answer it? Does that make sense?
Ooh. Okay. Now I
I
get
make
it.
it
Now
so
I get it.
complicated.
Yeah. I was like, kind of reverse psychology. If I, ooh, I would have, I would have asked. Oh, this is so difficult because I'm so interesting. I'm kidding.
Yeah, ask all the questions. Ask all the questions. Go for it.
Uh, I would have asked, okay, I'm so like generic. I would have asked what my favorite color was, what my favorite cuisine is. And oh, actually, I'm surprised you didn't ask this because the amount of times people ask me this, I thought you were gonna ask because and I thought it would be like, what is my like where I'm from or something like that. Because I always get this question. People
Okay.
would be like, where are you from? Because you don't look like this way or that way. So I
Hmm.
actually always get asked that question because
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe like most people, I seem uh, racially ambiguous and they just never know where I'm from. So I get asked that question a lot. I thought you were gonna ask that, but I don't even care that you didn't. I was just like, maybe he'll ask like, what's my
I
favorite
did ask
Southeast Asian
that.
cuisine?
I asked that outside of the podcast.
That's
So
true. That's true.
yeah.
That's true. Okay, that's true.
Okay.
I thought you would ask like, what's my favorite Southeast Asian like food because we're both from Southeast
Hmm.
Asia.
Right. I actually, if I asked myself that question, I wouldn't know because I've never been outside the Philippines. Just to put it out there.
Ah, okay.
So
Fair.
yeah. But anyways,
That's true.
what would be your answer?
Wait, I'm answering for myself.
Yeah, for yourself. For yourself.
Oh my goodness. My answer would be my favorite color is light blue, baby blue. And my favorite food, my favorite food is like Malaysian food, which is like
Mm,
traditional fried rice. Like I
fried
love
rice.
rice. Like I'm a rice girl. Like
Do you have
I
a
need
rice
rice
cooker?
once a day. I do. I do, of course.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Yeah,
even
of
have a
course.
small
What
one
kind of
that I
Asian
travel
are
with.
you? What
Oh
kind of
yeah.
Asian are you if you don't have a rice cooker?
My mom, whenever I travel, she's like, "Did you get your rice cooker? Don't forget your rice cooker." Let me tell you something, like, bro, I'm not even joking. This actually happened. Like, so I was going to Dubai last year in September. So September to December, I was in Dubai, and I was gonna be there for a while. And my mom came home. She was like, "Oh, I bought like a rice bag for you to put in your luggage." And I'm like, "Mom, do you think I can fit 5 kilos of just rice?" And I'm like, and Dubai has rice. I'm not going to like some obscure place that they won't have. Like it was just so funny to me. I love my mom so much. She's just so, and I'm the youngest, so she always just like, is a bit more wary about me. So like, she
Mm.
was like, "Oh, but you need your rice," and I'm like, "There's rice there." So I have a
Right,
mini
right.
rice cooker that I travel with.
I actually also have a rice cooker, but it's like it's not. It's weird because it's weird, and I like it that way because it's not just a rice cooker, so it's kind of like a, I don't know what it is really. It's like a steam
Is
something.
is it a I think I know what you're talking about.
It's not really
Uh
built. It's not like, it doesn't tell you that it's a rice cooker, but you can cook rice on it, and then you can steam stuff on it. Does that make sense?
okay, I think I know what it is. I just can't
Yeah,
remember what it's called at the top of my head right now.
yeah. I saw it in my it's actually my girlfriend's, and when I saw it, I was like, whoa, this shit's cool, bro. Like, you can do a lot of shit. It's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool,
it's so
bro.
easy to cook that way. Because
Yeah.
I get so lazy to cook, and I'm just like, that's why I love air fryers. I love like those
Oh, dude,
things. Anything
right? Yeah, air
air fryers,
fryer.
air changing. Like just chuck everything in there,
Yeah,
boom,
put it there,
done.
and then boom,
Yeah, and then you have your
bro.
rice. That's it. Like what else do you
Yeah.
need?
When I discovered air fryer, I was like, man, I don't know why like people don't have this in their house. It's like,
Right? It's life changing.
dude, I discovered that you can toast bread on air fryer. I've never had normal
Okay,
bread ever again.
wait, that's a bit too much. Why?
Dude,
Use your toaster. Why do you need to
no,
toast
we
it?
don't. Okay, so we don't have a toaster. We don't have a
Okay,
toaster.
okay,
Okay,
then fair enough. Okay, I thought you
we
had
we
a
don't have a
toaster, but instead
toaster.
of using your toaster, you're using your air fryer. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay, we don't have a toaster. I've never had a toaster all my life. Okay, just to put it out there, I'm not a privileged kid. Okay, like I'm not a privileged kid. I've like been okay with like just eating bread, just bread, and then I discovered that you can
Um,
air fry and it becomes toast. I was like, I'm never gonna have normal bread
yeah,
again.
that's actually cool. I'm gonna try making like a cheese sandwich with it then, because I never knew you could use
Oh,
bread in an air fryer.
dude, try it. I've done it. Like I put cheese. I basically
Ooh.
made a grilled cheese in an air fryer.
Ooh, I'll probably shit myself because I'm a bit lactose intolerant, but I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. That sounds good. That sounds good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it.
I don't
I'll
know.
probably put some
Also,
like tuna as well.
yeah, I try that too. Anyways, so I don't know. I've never tried like a toaster before, but I think that it's better air fried.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a go.
Hot
I'm gonna
take.
do it like a
Hot take.
comparison test.
Hot
I'm gonna
take.
do a
Okay.
comparison. To be fair, you know what? I probably like would get like what do you call that? My Asian ancestors would probably like frown upon me, but actually no, they wouldn't because they didn't have a rice cooker then. But when I went to the like when I was in Dubai last time, my partner actually cooked rice for me on a stove, and I
Uh
never
huh.
had like rice cooked on a stove before.
Uh
And
huh.
when they did it, I was like, "Oh my God, it makes a huge difference." Like the rice was just so much softer.
Oh
It
yeah.
tastes better, like the texture. And then kind of
Oh
since
yeah.
then, like I just preferred when rice is cooked on the stove instead of a rice
Yeah.
cooker. I just thought
I,
it was,
I-
it was,
have you
it was
tried
really
like
nice.
have you tried overcooking your rice to the point that it got burnt on the bottom?
Ew, no, I don't like burnt
Oh,
rice.
you don't like burnt rice?
No.
Oh,
Do you?
I don't know.
Do
Maybe it's a
you?
Filipino thing because Filipinos like we like to not completely burnt black burnt, but like that golden brown
Yeah,
burned.
oh,
You
okay,
know,
that
so
crispy, yeah.
yeah, so we like to intentionally burn a little bit. We use the stove, and then we would like intentionally burn the
Ah,
bottom, and then we would like have literally just get the rice, and that would be for the food, like the dinner or lunch, whatever. And then
okay,
we would
okay.
get the bottom part, and it's literally chips. It's like rice chips because you tick, 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 and then you
Ah.
eat it.
I don't know why. I always thought that like I mean I've seen it before I think, but like I usually just refer to it as like like the crux of it, and I always
Yeah,
assumed that like I think because of the texture of it, it never occurred to me to like try it. So I'm gonna
yeah,
try it because like no matter how well you cook rice, sometimes there is that burnt like
yeah,
part at the end, right? I
yeah.
know what it's called in like my language, but I don't know what it's called in English. But okay, I'm gonna try that next time.
But yeah, that's what we do before. Because again, I'm from the province, so like I'm really like my mindset is what's this kind of like borderline barbarianistic. Yeah, where like I eat with my hands. Like
Oh,
we're
I use my hands too, actually.
okay, cool, dope, dope, dope,
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. I think I get like, yeah, people like, I forget that it's not a normal thing to eat with your hands. And so like when I do it, if I'm like in the UK or like when I'm in Dubai, I'm
Yeah.
just eating rice with my hand.
Yeah.
They're like, I get like weird stares, but I'm like,
Yeah.
it's normal to me. And it tastes better. Rice
Yeah.
eaten
Duh.
with your hand, it just tastes
Duh.
better.
Who
It tastes better.
spoons are
You know
for
what?
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what's weird? Eating, like for me, like when I see people eat rice with forks,
Yeah.
I'm just like, how?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly.
you're looking at me funny for eating with my hands?
Yeah, I mean, dude, we're just, like giving respect to our ancestors because, we eat our with our hands.
Yeah,
We didn't have
exactly.
utensils before. They had sticks
Exactly.
and
And
stones and
I'm just,
hands.
yeah, and I'm just honoring them. I'm remembering my roots.
Exactly. Respect. Respect the Asians, bro.
Uh,
Asian respect. But yeah, food. I have tried. The only thing that I've tried outside of Philippine food, because it's kind of popular. I don't know if I've tried Malaysian. I have tried Thai and Singaporean, but I will definitely try Malaysian
we should.
rice because of you. I will like,
Please
and I
do.
will
And let me
pray
know how it
to
tastes.
yeah, I will pray to like remember Lina first before I eat it. I'll be like, or pray it first before I eat.
I love
Yeah,
it, bro.
but so yeah, that was fun. It was just a lot of laughs, and just curious, like, where would people, if people want to know more about you, where can they find you?
Yeah, they can find me at on Twitter at Lina Fahizul. I don't know if they like,
Fahizul.
yeah, basically the name that's gonna appear on your podcast description, just add an at in front of it, and then you'll find me.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. So, do you have anything to say before we wrap up, or any announcements?
No, I just had so much fun. It was like kind of like yeah, I my stomach is hurting from all the laughs, and yeah, it was just fun. And hopefully whoever watches this, it brings some joy to their day as well, because I think we're pretty funny. So I'm sure they'll
And
enjoy it.
Lina is very interesting. You're a very
And
interesting
I'm
person.
very interesting. And you guys should ask me what my favorite color is and what my food is next time.
Next time, okay? Like, pretend that you didn't watch this podcast and ask
Yeah.
her again.
Yeah. Just don't slip into my DMs and say that and then pitch me.
And then
Hey,
say,
what's your favorite
work
color?
for
By
free.
the way. By the way, I can. No, I'm kidding. Oh my god.
All right. Well, yeah, it was nice having you, and I'll see you around, Lina.
You too. See ya. Bye.